guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, my first video. My name is Clarissa and I hope you guys like what videos I'll be making. That light is back there because if that light is not back there, lighting is all wrong in here. And just ignore the background. It's just what I have to make do with right now. So basically this first video, I'm just gonna tell you guys my cancer journey, my diagnosis story, my treatment, and how I am doing now. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. I got diagnosed in April of 2019. It was pretty, like, not weird, but really weird how I got diagnosed. There's a lot of things I could get more in depth with, but I'm just gonna kind of cover everything in just like one video, and maybe if you guys are interested I can make another video of like my in-depth story of how I got diagnosed. So basically when I got diagnosed I was pregnant. I was about 20 to 24 weeks pregnant. I don't exactly remember how far along I was. Everything's kind of like blurred in together. So yeah, I got diagnosed when I was about 4 or 5 months pregnant. I had surgery. I had this like really like irritating pain, and they just didn't know what was wrong. So they tried to do it laparoscopically to remove this like cyst that they ended up finding, or it ended up being a mass, but I got an ultrasound, they saw it, and they're just like, oh, this is what's causing your pain, so we're just gonna remove it. So I got it removed, and when they remove masses or when they remove certain things and that's kind of questionable of why it's there, they do biopsy it. So they biopsied it, and then the day after my surgery, they told me it came back malignant, which means cancerous. Okay, motorcycle. So yeah, so it came back cancerous. They then told me that I had germ cell tumor ovarian cancer, and it was stage 2, because if it was just impacted in just my ovary that they removed, that it would have been stage 1, but because I was pregnant and the size of my uterus, it kind of just like hugged and touched my uterus, so that made it stage 2. I know there's like different type of like that you could like break it down more, but I'm honestly like not that aware of like how to completely break it down and everything. So that's pretty much all I know about that. This type of cancer, it's not your average cancer. Like, it is one that is curable. It's not as difficult as a lot of cancers, but it is still very, very hard. I'm not going to downplay it. When I got diagnosed, it's like I want to say I was in shock, but like I wasn't in shock. Like in my head, like I kind of already like knew something was going on with me. So when I got diagnosed, I wasn't like in shock. Like I wasn't like super sad about it. I wasn't like, I was just like, hey, all right, I have cancer, like let's get through this treatment and hopefully this goes away, I guess. I downplayed it a lot when I got diagnosed. I didn't cry, I didn't it didn't really get to me. I think the only time I cried was when I told my dad, and I cried because my dad was crying, and he just looked so heartbroken. My husband didn't cry, my mom didn't cry, probably because everybody just saw me be strong, and like in my mentality it was like I have to be strong and everybody's gonna react on the way that I react. So if I react like it's so like okay, then everybody else is gonna feel like it's okay. And that's just how I went through basically my whole entire journey up until like the last part of it, but we'll get there. So yeah, after I had surgery, they wanted me to heal for about 6 weeks. They did try to do my initial surgery. They try to do it laparoscopically when they cut you, and then like little incisions, and then you put the camera in and try to do it that way. But my tumor was the size of a grapefruit, so it couldn't go out through the little incision. So they had to like slice me freaking open. So from like my belly button down to like my pubic bone in a way, they cut me. So it's like about, scar's about like this big on my stomach. So after the 6 weeks, I started doing chemo. That chemo was like really easy, because it was only 3 rounds of chemo, and then so every 3 weeks. So it was like one, and I think I had them on Thursdays or Thursdays, I don't remember. So it was just like once a week, every other 3 weeks, every 3 weeks. I don't know how to explain it. So it was like 9 weeks, had one treatment, and then 3 weeks, and then another one, 3 weeks, and then another one. And then I didn't feel nauseous. I didn't do like, they just said it was gonna be safe for me to do while being pregnant, and they were hoping that this would be the only treatment I would need, and I wouldn't have to go back for more. And yeah, so in my head I was like, this is the only treatment I'm gonna need. This is gonna be it. After these 9 weeks are done, this whole cancer thing is gonna be over. I'll be bald, but it's fine. Who cares? I'm gonna lose my hair, I'm gonna lose my eyebrows, I'm gonna lose my eyelashes, I'm gonna lose all my hair everywhere. No problem, I'll be fine. Cool, let's do it, let's get it. So yeah, that was pretty much how I was. I looked like a Buddha. I had a big old pregnant belly and a big old bald head, and that was my treatment. I didn't feel nauseous. I was still eating like a pig, because everybody who knows me, is that I can freaking eat. I'm always hungry when I'm pregnant. Like, I can freaking eat. So I did that, and then I would get checked for a specific marker. It's called AFP. I would get checked for that a week before each treatment, and then after treatment was over, I went to go get checked again after the 3 weeks were up. And I was like feeling normal. I was like, yes, I finally get to start my like life again. I get to enjoy my pregnancy. This is gonna be like my last pregnancy, because I have 3 kids, and 3 kids is cool. 3 kids is enough for me. I knew this was gonna be my last baby the second I saw that I was pregnant again. I was like, I'm done. I had miserable pregnancies. This one just freaking topped it off though. Miserable pregnancies, and I was just like, you know what? I'm done having kids. So I was like, yes, I get to enjoy my pregnancy. This is so like, my peach fuzz started coming back in because I did lose my hair, and my husband shaved it, and I have a video on that too. Yeah, so those 3 weeks after my last treatment come around, and my AFP went up. Instead of going down, it went up. So the oncologist called and was like, hey, we're gonna send you in to get an MRI stat, because we need to see what's going on, and that's the only way that we'll be able to see exactly what is going on. So I was like, okay. So I go into my MRI. I didn't think So I'm like a little claustrophobic, not too much, but being in that MRI machine, I was so claustrophobic. I felt like I couldn't breathe. My back started spasming. I was very pregnant at the time. I was like 32 weeks, 30, yeah, like 32 weeks pregnant. I was like, dude, I am done. Like, I cannot do this. Like, I couldn't finish the test. It was so hard for me to do. They couldn't give me any like type of sedatives because I was pregnant, and it was just like this big old thing. So I went to get my MRI, and then I couldn't finish it. I did call the nurse and let her know that I couldn't finish it and what my next steps were going to be, because since I couldn't finish it. So she was like, you know what, the doctor's going to see what we were able to see, and then we'll go from there. And I was like, okay. Before all that, when I first got diagnosed, me and my husband started talking about getting married and doing all that fun stuff. So then I was like, hey, you know, like, we should probably get married. If I'm gonna have to have surgery again, like, we should probably get married. Just like for him to be able to adopt my oldest son, but that's another story on itself. So we wanted to get married and do all of that, and then the results came in from my MRI. We were planning on getting married on the following Tuesday, which was July 16th. And those plans went in the gutter because my oncologist called me. My oncologist never calls me. My oncologist called me this time and was like, we got the results for your MRI. They weren't completely clear, but we do see a tumor. And I was like, okay, you see a tumor. So what are we gonna do? She's like, so we're gonna have to have surgery. She's like, that surgery that we thought we would have after the baby was born, we are now going to have earlier. Your baby is going to come out early. So I was about 32, 33 weeks at the time when baby Jace came into this world. So we're going to do that. There's a possibility there might be some tumor on your bowel. If that is the case, then you might need a colostomy bag if we're not able to close your bowel back up. So colostomy bag is when you have a part of your colon outside on your abdomen and you poop in a bag. For a lot of people, that's probably gross. It's probably like something that they would not be okay with doing. In my case, that was not the case. My aunt actually had one. I knew all about that, and I would rather have my life than not. So yeah, after that call, I completely broke down for the first time since being diagnosed. I couldn't hold back my tears anymore. My husband didn't know what was going on. He was laying down right there, but I didn't have her on speaker because I know how he is, and he doesn't really listen. Like, he just kind of like jumps into it, and I need to explain things to him. So the fact that I just like broke down crying didn't help the situation. So I let him know what was going on. Me and him both started crying, and he'll probably kill me for saying that since he's not an emotional person. But that time was very different. We decided, within a while in our tears, decided to get married. That day, I called my mom, called my aunt, called my mom, let her know what was going on, telling her that we were gonna get surgery that following Tuesday, and baby was gonna come. And in that moment, I don't know why, but my mind just went there. I thought I was gonna die. I really thought I was gonna die in that surgery. Probably didn't tell anybody that before, but I really felt like I was gonna die. which was like an even bigger reason that I wanted to marry him, because I wanted to make sure that he was going to have my son, that he was going to have my 3-year-old, because that is the only dad he has ever known. That is, and I wanted him to be the only dad he ever knew. That's the reason why I wanted to marry him so fast. In case anything were to happen to me, I knew that my baby would be taken care of. I knew that the baby that was inside me and my middle baby Julian wouldn't be taken away from him, but there was a chance that my oldest would be, and I was just not okay with that. And he wasn't okay with that either. That's his baby, that's his first baby, like that's how he sees him. And yeah, so we got married. It was nice, very awkward, but it was nice. Me and him are both really awkward people, and that whole ceremony was just awkward, and our hands were sweating, and the man made us hold hands and look into each other's eyes, and it was just really funny because we're not really like that lovey-dovey couple. So that was fun. So yeah, that Tuesday came, and I had my surgery, and I had my beautiful baby boy Chase that is sleeping in the crib next to me right now. And I had surgery. They ended up finding 8 tumors, a total of 8 tumors scattered around my abdomen. I got my left ovary, my uterus, my appendix, and parts of my bowel removed. My first surgery, they had my right. So basically, my ovaries and my uterus is gone. So I am 26 years old, going through menopause. Fun. And I can't do hormones, because if I do hormones, then there's a chance that my cancer can come back. So my doctor advised against me going to do hormones. So now I have a whole bunch of pills that I take to help relieve me from so many of my menopausal symptoms, but I am still very, very moody. And I feel very bad for my husband sometimes, but he loves me, even though sometimes he says he doesn't. He loves me. So yeah, I had baby Jace at 33 weeks. Pretty healthy, besides his lung collapsing at a point where he needed a chest tube, but he made it through. They thought he was going to be there for 4 weeks, and he wasn't. He was gone in 2 weeks, and he's just my little trooper. He's always been my little trooper. He went through this whole battle with me, and yeah. So because my tumors spread, my cancer spread to my abdomen, then I did have to get into another treatment cycle that was then 6 weeks after my surgery again. This one was a little more vigorous, a lot stronger, a lot tougher. This treatment is the one that people with my type of cancer usually have, and it's called BEP. So it's bleomycin etoposide or something like that. And cisplatin, so it's basically platinum that they put in. And this one was so hard. It was 4 treatments that I had to do within, I think, so it was a full week, so full 5 days of treatment. So I would go into the chemo suites Monday through Friday, and then the following week would just be on Monday, and then the following week after that would just be a Monday, and then a full week. So I never had any breaks of like weeks in between. And that one hard. And when I say hard, it was hard. I didn't want to eat. Water tasted like pennies. I was nauseous, throwing up. I got so weak that I couldn't shower myself. My mom had to shower me because we were staying at my mom's house so she could help me, because my husband works at night and we have 3 kids, so I couldn't be by myself. I felt really detached from Jace at the time because I really went through postpartum depression with him, because I wasn't really with him, and because I had the surgery and he was born through like my surgery scar, I didn't really feel like I birthed him. Like in my head, like it was just really weird. I had a lot of like detachment with him, and then sometimes when I had him, like I didn't really have him. Like I would see him and like he didn't feel like he was mine. That was really hard. But yeah, I couldn't shower myself. My mom had to bathe me. I couldn't walk up and down the stairs at my mom's apartments. My husband would have to carry me. I slept a lot. And towards like the end of my treatment was the worst. I ended up getting colitis, so that's like inflammation of my bowels. So I was in a lot of pain a lot. I was in and out of the ER, and a lot of the times I just wanted to give up. I didn't want to go through it anymore. It was so painful, so horrible, and it was just like I wanted to give up. I didn't want to do it anymore. Every time I was in pain, every time I was throwing up, every time I was like literally hugging the toilet, I just didn't want to do it. And it sucks to say, but at that moment, like I didn't care about anybody and I was being selfish. But I just wanted it to end. I felt so miserable. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, I couldn't anything. Like it was, my immune system was compromised, so I couldn't go out, I couldn't get fresh air. I felt ugly, like it was just so horrible. It was such a horrible feeling, and I never really talked about it to anybody or anything. I wanted to give up and die. It's fucked up to say, sorry, it's messed up to say, but I just didn't want to do it anymore. And then it was to a point where I had to use a wheelchair because I couldn't walk. If I would go to the store, I would rode around in those little motor scooter things, and I would just get so winded. This chemo messes with lungs and everything, and I was just so winded all the time, and I couldn't breathe. And it took me a while after treatment for me to like be able to like breathe and it not be uncomfortably painful anymore. So when I got to my last week of treatment, I told them I didn't want to do it anymore. I like didn't have the strength to do it anymore, and I literally felt like if I was going to have another treatment, I would die. I was just so weak, I was so lethargic, I couldn't do it. And they just said, you know what, just try and tough it out this last week. We won't finish the last 2 weeks, we'll just do 1 full week and then you'll be done. And I was like, okay. So with that being said, I finished it, and then they were like, you know what, we really hope that this is what beat your cancer, and we really hope that this is it, and you won't have to do this again. And oh my god, I really hoped I never had to do that again either. Oh my gosh, my eyelash is falling off. My thing starts flapping around. Mind your business. Just kidding. But so yeah, after that I went, so this was, I think it was in October, like late October, early November, where I had my last treatment. And then that was my last treatment, and all my blood work has came back completely normal. I've been in remission ever since. I wanted to get back to work right away, so I started working in December, and I'm working at the surgery center that I worked at before everything. They were nice enough to give me my job back, which is, I have a different position now, but I mean, it's still there, and it's 5 minutes away from my house, which is freaking great. Well, like 5 to 10 minutes away from my house, and it's great. My baby boy is healthy and fat and just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. My other boys are completely healthy, and my husband's healthy and working, and we're all working, and my life is going back to normal, and I love it. And I'm just waiting for that 2-year mark after treatment so I could be officially cancer free, because you have to, so basically you're in remission for 2 years, and then after that 2-year mark, then you're considered cancer free. And I'm just hoping and praying I get to that point. I've been feeling so good. I'm finally feeling back to normal, and then this whole pandemic thing happens, and now I'm back at home with my kids because I'm choosing not to go to work and expose myself to something, because I do have underlying conditions with my lungs. I don't want to get sick. So yeah, now you guys get a video, and I hope you guys get more videos, and then everything will, like, my next videos are hopefully more like easier and fun, but I just kind of wanted to get this one out of the way. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment if you guys have any requests of other videos you guys want me to do. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and leave a comment down below, or follow me on Instagram. That will be on the description box below as well. So yeah, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see where we go from here. And I'll probably be doing makeup videos, because clearly I like doing my makeup at random times at night. I should be sleeping, but I'm not. I am here talking to you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.